First Down Friday Night Tailgate Corner is sponsored by Publix.
What's up, sports fans? Welcome to another edition of First Down Friday Night right here on FOX54. We're kicking off tonight's show once again with the Tailgate Corner. And as always, we want to thank our friends at Publix for hooking us up with these great tailgate meals. Of course, we'll start off with our lovely sandwich tray. You know the deal by now. I am a ham and cheese guy, so I see my ham and cheese sandwiches on here. But we've also got some turkey. We also got some salami. And of course, you got your lettuce, your tomatoes, and your pickles. You add a little toppings like your mayonnaise and your mustard, and you've got a great sandwich to just eat before your football activities. Now, speaking of football, everything is always good with the sweet treats that we always have for the football games. We've got some lovely brownie treats. We've got the chocolate brownies. We've got the chocolate brownies with the nuts, and then we even got some chocolate cream brownies in the mix too. So you got to love that, and keep me away from this because I could definitely devour this the entire time. Check this out. We've got a lovely meat tray that's got the turkey, the ham, the salami, and then we got the multiple cheeses in the mix as well. Now, I'm not a cheese expert, but I can tell you that all of this stuff is going to be good because some of our other co-workers have been here in the mix, you know, kind of tasting it early on in. We've got a new addition as well. We've got the popcorn chicken bites, everyone. Yes. We got a whole lot of these, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to spread this around the entire news station this evening. This is what we got this week on the Tailgate Corner. If you want to order any of this, just make sure you head over to the Publix website. All right, boys and girls, that'll do it for the Tailgate Corner right here on First Down Friday Night. We've got the Week 5 edition coming up right now on Fox 54.
Fridays are for football. This is First Down Friday Night, sponsored by Regenesis, Bank Independent, and Publix. Now your hosts, Mo Carter and Nick Kuzma.
All right, sports fans, I've already got you situated and straight for what you're going to eat this weekend. Now let's actually talk about football on another episode of First Down Friday Night. Alongside Nick Kuzma, I'm Mo Carter, and it's Week 5, so we've reached the midway point, Nick.
Yeah, we're very much in the middle of everything. I'm not going to lie, as the intro was running there, I leaned across Nets Mo. What week are we in? Because honestly, at this point, they're all starting to run together a little bit because we've been doing this now for 6 weeks.
Correct.
And I mean, like the season for high school football, like holy cow, regular season halfway over?
Halfway over, and now, you know, the race to get to the postseason is definitely in the mix for every single team that we cover across the Tennessee Valley.
And for college teams, I mean, SEC play is here as well. Obviously, Auburn started it last week, but Alabama starting this week with Georgia. And, of course, that's going to be part of our table of contents. Let's roll this as the Alabama Crimson Tide and Auburn Tigers are hitting the road for huge SEC battles against top 25 teams. We'll hear from the Tide and Tigers. Plus, UNA enjoying their bye week while Alabama A&M is heading to the Sunshine State for their first SWAC game of the year.
Mother Nature could play a big role in the weekend game, so Jordan Dressman will provide us with those kickoff forecasts. Kanisha D, she's got another great story in our Spirit Spotlight series, and you can't forget about those great highlights from across the Tennessee Valley on the gridiron right here on First Down Friday Night.
All right, let's start with the Auburn Tigers. Hugh Freeze and company coming off their first loss, a 24-17 defeat at the hands of number 11 Oklahoma. Now, the Tigers have to regroup and, frankly, emotionally get past a game that many Auburn fans felt like was taken away from them due to controversial calls. This week, the team travels to College Station to play number 9 Texas A&M, led by quarterback Marcel Reed and the Aggies. They're off to a 3-0 start and are averaging 42 points per game.
I've seen enough to know that those two receivers are dynamic, and obviously Marcel Reed, we saw him last year, is super twitchy and can throw, run it. They got a great running game, best running game we've seen. It's an excellent football team, one that will be in the playoff discussion, I'm sure.
Switching gears to the Alabama Crimson Tide, Bama is back in action this week following a bye, and this Saturday it's one of the big ones. The Crimson Tide traveling to Athens, Georgia for the first time since 2015 and just the third time this century. Now Alabama expects to have Tim Keenan and running back Jan Miller back on the gridiron, and that's huge as they get back one of the main weapons because Saturday's game is the first real chance for the Tide to prove that its poor performance at Florida State was a handicap and not who they are against good competition.
Talking through and going through, what we've experienced together. You got to prove it on the football field, but just the way that they want to respond in practice, I think, has carried over into what we've done, at least in these home games these last 2 weeks. And so, we got to be resilient. We know there's going to be storms that we're going to have to weather in the SEC, on the road, and you got to do it. No one else is going to go do it for you.
Alabama, Georgia, and Auburn, Texas A&M, no doubt the biggest wins last year for the Tide and the Tigers. Auburn kicks off with the Aggies at 2:30, Bama, UGA after that at 6:30.
The Hartselle Tigers tried to score a homecoming victory over Woodlawn last night. We've got your highlights coming up from that one. But first, Alabama A&M is on their way to Daytona Beach, while UNA, they're enjoying a bye week. We'll check in with the Bulldogs and the Lions next on First Down Friday night.
When foot pain is breaking your heart, a mother's story.
My foot pain got really bad after I had my son. I didn't have any energy left to play with him.
She tried various tricks and treatments.
A lot of those disposable throwaway inserts.
Nothing worked, till she got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
I could feel like something was happening.
Something good.
It's been a life changer.
For Elisa and her now not-so-baby boy.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
When it's time to service your Ford vehicle, bring it to the folks who know your car, your local Ford dealer. Our master certified technicians will give your vehicle the attention it deserves using state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment and Ford authorized parts. Choose the Works package. That's a synthetic blend oil change, tire rotation, vehicle inspection, and more. Right now, get $20 off the Works package. Call now to schedule an appointment or use the Ford Pass app.
Well, Mo, for Alabama A&M, the real season, it really begins now. It's 3-1 with the lone loss coming at Arkansas. You really couldn't draw it much better for the first 4 games of the Sam Shade era. After a slow start to Week 4 last week, Alabama A&M powered its way past Division II Lane College, picking up a 42-point blowout win heading into SWAC play, where the road to a championship can finally be begun. The Bulldogs start the conference slate with a flight to Daytona Beach, where Bethune-Cookman, they're waiting.
Offensively, Bethune, I mean, they're a really good offensive team. Starts with the quarterback, Ransom. They've got 2 running backs that are doing a really good job for them, and then Huggins at receiver. But also they've got some other receivers that are playing well. Very balanced on offense. They actually had over 500 yards of offense against South Carolina State 2 weeks ago, and then almost 500 yards of offense against Edward Waters this past week. So we got our work cut out for us defensively going up against this offense.
Now, one of the biggest storylines heading into Saturday's game will once again be the health of the quarterback, Cornelius Quad Brown IV, missing last week with an ankle injury. He sprained the joint during the Bulldogs' Week 3 win in Nashville at Tennessee State. Now, early in the week, Coach Sam Shea said that his QB is questionable for this week's game against Bethune-Cookman. He also gave his thoughts on backup Eric Hanley, who threw for 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in Quad's absence against Lane College.
You take away the interception, I thought he did a really good job of distributing the football to a number of different guys. And, I felt like we were balanced overall as an offense. I felt like the running game did get going, got some guys in the end zone running the football. So, I felt like it was a balanced attack for us. Depending on Quad's situation this weekend, if Eric's got to go, we've got confidence in him.
All right, the Bulldogs will square off against the Wildcats on Saturday down in Daytona Beach, Florida. Bethune-Cookman joined the SWAC in 2021, and Alabama A&M has yet to beat them in Daytona Beach. Kickoff on tomorrow. It's set for 2 p.m. You can watch it live on SWAC TV. Now, after a rough first month of the season, North Alabama football gets a much-needed bye week before beginning its conference slate.
Yeah, to start the year, the Lions are 1-3, and their lone win came against a Division II opponent. The Lions fought valiantly over the weekend, making an impressive comeback, but coming an extra point away from an upset win in regulation over FCS number 4 Illinois State. But just like so many times versus ranked teams during this Brent Dearman era, close, but not close enough, as the Lions fell 38-36 in double overtime. It's UNA's first bye week, so no Coach Brent Dearman availability this week. So instead, we caught up with the play-by-play voice of the Lions. That's Benjamin Ray. He says quarterback play needs to be the main focus during the bye week for the offense.
I think you still want to shore up the pass attack a little bit. Ari Patu has looked good in 2 of the 4 games. Destin Wade has looked good in 2 of the 4 games. So who's going to be the guy moving forward? That they both had a lot of highs. They both had a little bit of lows as well. So can one of them solidify themselves? I'm not sure what that quarterback picture will be like going forward, but they've both shown that they can do it in the 4th quarter. So that's a good problem to have. Now, who can get them off to a better start kind of in those first and second quarters?
Patu has 4 total touchdowns so far this year. Wade has 3. The Lions open United Athletic Conference play at Abilene Christian 1 week from tomorrow.
First Down Friday night, UNA Play of the Game is sponsored by Bank Independent.
All right, let's go back to last week. The UNA Play of the Game goes to KJ Fields for the second week in a row as Bob Jones alumnus making a sensational 25-yard touchdown grab in the 4th quarter of the Lions' loss at number 4 Illinois State. It was almost a game winner. Look at that grab right there. Great concentration as
crazy.
well.
Yeah, crazy.
The UNA Play of the Game is sponsored by Bank Independent. Coming up after the break, we begin our high school portion on the 7A level. Bob Jones hosted Gadsden City, while Grissom hosted Albertville. Albertville looking for their first win in a few years. Stay tuned for that.
Coming up after the break, it's another exciting weekend of college football, and all of our teams are traveling. Will the weather cooperate for these exciting games? We'll talk about it in just a minute.
Trucking accidents can change lives in an instant. They're far worse than most wrecks. At Wedemark Keith, we understand what you're going through. If you've been injured in a truck accident, we are here to help you through it. It's more to us. It's personal.
Kevin has midterms, Dan's trying to watch the game, and I'm just trying to make dinner.
Kevin!
We should take a look at that breaker.
Relieved of duty.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I lost 110 pounds. You couldn't tell at all because of my excess skin. Sono Bello changed that in 1 visit.
Introducing the new Lift EX, the just 1 visit total body transformation everyone is talking about.
I am super happy with my results.
I decided to give Sono Bello a try. Look at me, I have a silhouette. You can see my waist.
Lift EX is Sono Bello's breakthrough 360-degree body lift alternative. Our body contouring experts sculpt, tighten, and lift your stomach, waist, thighs, and backside, all in just 1 visit with less downtime.
Sono Bello targeted the areas diet exercise could not do. I found me again.
Sono Bello has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and Lift EX is exclusively available at Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist. Book your free, personalized consultation today. Easy monthly plans make your best body more affordable than ever.
This year is my year thanks to Sono Bello.
Call Sono Bello for your free consultation today.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
Every day you wake up and drive to the factory, construction site, or that office that you call your job, and then unexpectedly you are injured on the job. If you are suffering from any type of on-the-job injury, give us a call. It's more to us. It's personal.
Workplace injuries can happen at any time. Regenesis can help you get back on your feet quickly.
Recovery time is very expensive for businesses and individuals that are self-employed. And so businesses, we can get your employee back on the job very quickly without 6 months off the job and enormous medical costs. These procedures are very, very cost effective.
Free yourself of joint pain with Regenesis Gold Standard Stem Cell Therapy. Call or click today to make your appointment with Dr. Charles Lee.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Regenesis.
Welcome back to First Down Friday Night. We'll get you to your Week 5 highlights in just a few minutes. But first, we've got some news updates and our kickoff weather forecast. So let's check in with Kanisha Dees and Jordan Dressman.
Thanks, Mo. We hope you're enjoying the show. I'm here with your top headlines of today. We start with news from Huntsville Crime Stoppers, a former leader of the nonprofit facing a misappropriation of funds charge. Charles Nicholson, pictured here, suspected of taking up to $25,000 from the Huntsville area Crime Stoppers. This comes as the Huntsville Police Department announced in a statement that the arrest stems from a report to the Alabama Attorney General's office after noticing discrepancies in the organization's financial statements. And students at Falkville Elementary and High School were sent home early today after a burst water main. The flooding damaged several classrooms and hallways in the elementary portion of the building, forcing administrators to relocate students to the cafeteria. It was later decided to send students home early. And officials in Madison County providing an update into the case of Deschler High School student and football player August Borden. In a statement to the Times Daily, Chief Deputy District Attorney Tim Gann said, quote, "We have made a lot of progress, but we aren't quite finished yet," end quote. Gann also said they won't make recommendations until the investigation is complete. Well, that's it for your news update tonight. Now let's get a weather update from Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
And a very good evening to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Auburn's traveling to College Station, Texas this weekend. Naturally, it's going to be warm out in Texas. I don't know what else you would expect. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures hanging out in the upper 80s and lower 90s. I've got a high temperature right around 90 degrees. Alabama, they're going to be in Athens, Georgia. Going to be a little bit cooler over in Georgia this weekend. Got a high temperature in the lower 80s, right around 82. Now there is a chance for a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms. The University of North Alabama, they are off this weekend. We go to Alabama A&M. They're going to be in Daytona Beach, Florida. How nice. Temperatures in the mid and upper 80s, but there is a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then, of course, the Fox Big Noon Kickoff, which you can watch right here at 11 a.m. Central Time on Fox 54. Lower 80s in Illinois with plenty of sunshine. As for the weekend across the Tennessee Valley, 83 degrees on Saturday, 86 degrees on Sunday. It is going to be a fantastic weekend. I'll give you a look at the 7-day forecast here in just a couple of minutes.
It is time for high school football. Bob Jones leading Gaston City 3-0 when we join in the second quarter, but not for long. The Patriots passing across the middle of the field, and it's picked. Braden Kittle with the great leaping, stretching grab. It's a house call. Touchdown Titans. They go up 7-3. On the next drive, Bob Jones, another critical mistake. The ball snapped, goes right off the hands of the Patriots. Scoop, score, Tylen Sims touchdown. Couldn't draw it up any worse for Bob Jones. The Titans go up 14-3 after back-to-back touchdowns off turnovers. The craziness continues, though. On the ensuing kickoff, Brandon B.J. Carter is deep to receive. He comes around the right side, has a seam, no one near him, just the kicker to beat. Touchdown Patriots. That's 20 consecutive points not scored by an offense. BJ trails 14-9 after a blocked PAT. So the ball goes to Gaston City. We finally see some offense. Broken tackles galore. Watch out. What a run by Tylen Sims. He won't get brought down until he's near the 30. And then what do you think's coming next, Mo?
I think it's a big scoring play coming up next.
5 plays later, Keelan Smith, handoff, trots right into the end zone. All these plays happen in less than 5 minutes of game time.
That's amazing.
And the Titans led 20-9 after 2 quarters of play. Let's take a look at your final score as Bob Jones actually really put up quite a fight in the second half, but they do fail in the pursuit of victory. Gadsden City wins it 27-24. Next week, the Titans will host Lee Huntsville, while Bob Jones goes on the road to Harvest to play Sparkman.
All right, let's go to Wicks Family Field for one of the few region games that are actually taking place tonight. Grissom playing host to Albertville. Aggies threatening inside the 5-yard line. When our cameras get there, they use, the tush push. Carlos Zuniga,
it works.
Kabajaw. It definitely did work. Touchdown, extra point good, 7-0 Albertville. The Aggie band, they're playing the big time Stay Fly, Gator Boots. So over Grissom now, they are facing 4th down and short. Keon Johnson gets that first down. Later on, Patrick Bailey connects with Caden Arazi, and Arazi's going to get it inside the 10-yard line. Time for Mr. Johnson to do it again. They call his number. He finds a gap. His offensive line and pulls him into the end zone for a touchdown. 7-6. Grissom down by a point. But the extra point would be no good. So it was still 7-6 at that point when we left Wicks Family Field over at the Joe. Let's check out your final score as the Aggies come into Huntsville and take a close one by a final of 20-18. And how about Albertville? They get their first victory since 2022. Congratulations to the Aggies. Up next on the roster for Albertville, they've got a bye, and then they'll take on Huntsville on October the 10th. Grissom will take on Gunnersville next week in the Battle of GHS.
All right, well, we are just getting started. Madison Academy took on ARAP in a 5A clash off Slaughter Road. We keep rolling with Week 5 action next on First Down Friday night.
Why don't seagulls fly over today? 3D.
You've got that dream. The one that'll change everything.
Yeah, that looks great. Come on, Dad, hurry up, chop chop.
Seeing it become a reality sounds like success to us. And Avadian is here to help make it happen.
Oh yeah, you're looking at one of the newest reasons to love Red Lobster. New seafood boils, turning Crab Fest into a crab feast. That's the look of real happiness. Served daily, only at Red Lobster.
Looking to get stronger? This is your year. Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
We're gonna feel this tomorrow.
We're just gonna keep showing up. Showing up.
Showing up.
You coming?
Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends September 12th.
Car wreck? Call Tyler Man Injury Law. Insurance companies are making it tougher than ever for car accident victims, charging higher premiums and then trying to shortchange you on your injury claim. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. On average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one. Now that you know the facts, don't settle for less. Car wreck? Call Tyler Man Injury Law. 256-400-4000.
Kevin has midterms, Dan's trying to watch the game, and I'm just trying to make dinner.
Kevin!
We should take a look at that breaker.
Relieved of duty.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Publix.
Welcome back, everyone. It's First Down Friday Night. I'm Mo Carter. He's Nick Kuzma. And, man, look, we're already at the mid-season break of the year. How crazy is that?
We're kind of like at the midway point of the show and the midway point of the. So, like, is this the official, like, halfway point? Like, is it.
Basically. If
we just
talking
say
about
that right
season,
now?
yes.
like we are, like we're living it. All right, well tonight there were a number of matchups that feature teams from Class 5A and 4A squaring off, but one of those was Arab versus Madison Academy. Mustangs hosting and on a 3-game winning streak. Let's go to the opening drive, and Mo, you're gonna wanna watch this.
Right.
Charleston Owens ducking under the pressure, shot out of a cannon, no one can bring him down. Touchdown, Madison Academy. The Stangs take a 7-0 lead after the extra point. The Arabian Knights are forced to punt on their first possession, but they do make a nice defensive play here as Jonathan Loden, he's a defensive lineman, he's gonna get into the backfield, dives and brings down Owens for a sack. That will be a loss of 3, which eventually brings up a 3rd down for Madacad. And here it is. It's 3rd and let's say about 7. Owens escaping the pocket off his back foot, and it's a dot. 1st down and more to keep the drive alive. Taj Phillips hauls it in, brought down around the 35. Then 3 plays later, the Stangs grow the lead as Owens hands it off to Dalen Scott. See ya. Madacad goes up 14-0 and led 28-14 going into the locker room at halftime, and Madison Academy wins it. This one ended up being closer than you would think. It ends up being an 8-point game as the Stangs win it 38-27 as in 2 weeks. Excuse me, no, not in 2 weeks. We had the wrong thing on the teleprompter. Right thing, thankfully, on the full screen for the people at home. Arab is going to travel to Douglas, while Madison Academy will travel up to Stevenson to play North Jackson.
Now let's head out on the Highway 72 route just outside of Athens for Clemens as they took on fellow Limestone County rival Tanner. They've been trying to play this game for a couple of years. Early on, Brady Turner turns on the Jets and gets in the end zone for a score right there as he hands it off to Jake Fleming. Muscles his way into the end zone. Touchdown for the Colts, 7-0 with this extra point that goes up, and it is good. Now, in the waning seconds of the first quarter, it's the coach marching down the field. They're trying to score a second touchdown, but guess what? That Rattler defense will strike, and strike again. Turner throws an interception, and Matthew Fletcher is going to take it all the way back. He's the lucky recipient of a pick 6 for the Rattlers. Guaranteed coach Matt Smith was loving that one. The extra point to tie the game. Here it is, but it's blocked. So it remains a 1-point game in the favor of the Clemens Colts. Coach Brick Pugh and company, they go on to win by a final 21-18. Next week, Tanner will take on Tharptown, while Clemens will take on Lauderdale County. Those two schools separated by less than 10 miles. Should be a packed house. All right, let's rewind to Thursday night. The Hartselle Tigers celebrating homecoming against Woodlawn from out the Birmingham area. They take the control early on. Jaheim Pruitt takes the handoff and trots 20 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. Tigers on top, 7-0.
Looks like tied out there, let's be honest.
Right, they really do look, like the Alabama Crimson mini tie. In the meantime, here comes Woodlawn. Well, they don't know what the heck is going on. Karen Lewis has got to take a sack on this play, and lots of negative yardage plays for Woodlawn over the course of the night. Later on, it's 10-0. Hartselle, Carter Lee will dump it off to Brady Greenhill, and with a last name that starts with the phrase green, he's got space and opportunity in front of him as he gets inside the red zone right there. 4-yard line, well, here we go. Carter Lee gets into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Hartselle.
There you go. And let's check out your... Oh. Go ahead, tell them the final score.
Let's take a look
Nick.
at your final score as the Hartselle Tigers win in a rout. 48-8 is your final score. Next week, Coleman has a bye week. Sorry, excuse me, they don't have a bye week. Next week, they have a Thursday game as they take on the Coleman Bearcats, while Woodlawn plays Jackson Olin in a pair of weeks.
Sorry about it, everyone. My mic got clipped from under me real quick. Appreciate Nick giving us the final score.
Okay, Hazel Green taking on Athens up in Hazel Green. Quarterback Austin Barrett drops back and finds a wide open receiver, Hunter Hochenberger, for a completion near the sideline. Then on the next play, running back Cameron Moore took the handoff, pushed through the line for a Trojan first down. Let's now go to 3rd down. We're following this series all the way. Barrett's pass is intercepted by Athens defensive back Caden Bledsoe, who flipped possession right back to the Eagles. Athens now turns to Taryn Williams in the run game. He took the ball up the middle for short yardage, followed by another carry to the outside. Hazel Green will regain possession, but guess what, Mo? It does not mean we're going to see a touchdown on this one. Sometimes we just aren't that lucky when we head up to Hazel Green or to any anywhere in the Tennessee Valley. Moore runs the ball for another first down. The two teams trade possessions throughout the quarter with penalties, turnovers, missed opportunities, slowing the pace of play. But the clock runs out on the first quarter, neither. As we take a look at your final score, as Athens slams the door by a final of 28-0. So there were eventually points, Mo. Just not when we were there. Next week, Athens is going to head up to Muscle Shoals, while Hazel Green has a week off, and they will play Lee Huntsville in 2 weeks. All right, time for a quick break. When we return, we're going to head to Etowah County for our game of the week between Boaz and Geraldine. Keep it locked.
Across the Tennessee Valley this weekend, the weather is looking absolutely fantastic. It's actually going to feel like fall across the area. We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Bank Independent. First Down Friday Night is back and better than ever. Every Friday night, the Fox 54 sports team will preview the week's biggest college football games and provide highlights for high school football from around the valley. Catch First Down Friday night at 10 p.m. Fridays on Fox 54 and streaming on Fox 54 Plus. First Down Friday night is sponsored by Regenesis, Bank Independent, and Publix.
Trucking accidents can change lives in an instant. They're far worse than most wrecks. At Wedemark Keith, we understand what you're going through. If you've been injured in a truck accident, we are here to help you through it. It's more to us. It's personal.
Tune in to On the Hill Live with Dr. Paul A. Bryant for the Alabama A&M home game pregame show. College football season is shifting into high gear this fall with all new matchups between Alabama A&M and your favorite rivals. Celebrate Bulldog Game Day with a live broadcast from Lewis Cruz Stadium on the campus of Alabama A&M University. Catch all the A&M updates, behind-the-scenes interviews, and so much more starting Saturday, September 6th at 8:30 a.m. live and only on Fox 54.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
You were injured on someone else's property. A fall, broken stairs, poor lighting, no warning signs. They didn't protect you. Now you have to deal with the consequences. We are here so you don't face them alone.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
And a very good Friday evening to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Overall, it's going to be a really nice weekend across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Temperature is going to be just at, maybe just above where we should be this time of year. The average high temperature right around 84 or 85 degrees. Saturday going to be quite nice. Still holding on to just a little bit of cloud cover on Saturday and the smallest opportunity for rain. I think most of us are going to end up staying dry. I've got a high temperature right around 83 degrees. Maybe a couple of degrees warmer on Sunday, but more sunshine on Sunday. Still going to be a beautiful afternoon. Not too terribly humid this weekend either, so I think that'll be quite nice as well. I've got a high temperature of 86 degrees. We're going to start the day in the lower 60s. That'll be nice as you head out the door for Sunday services and Sunday breakfast. 86 degrees on Monday, but then temperatures kind of begin to slide off as we head into the early and middle part of next week. I've got 83 next Tuesday, 82 next Wednesday, 80 next Thursday. And look at that, with more cloud cover and the opportunity for rain next Friday, temperatures may only climb into the mid-70s.
All right, everyone, it's now time for our First Down Friday night varsity game of the week, and this midseason matchup includes two highly competitive teams.
Yeah, the 3-1 Boaz Pirates looking to spoil an undefeated season for the Geraldine Bulldogs. They're 4-0 headed into this game. The Bulldogs holding their ground early against Boaz last year, but everything is back in play now on Boaz turf. Geraldine on 4th down. John Beck Wade tries to run it, goes nowhere. Pirates turn the ball over on downs, but Boaz would have their offensive struggles too. Second quarter, Pirates now on 4th down. Sage Bennett looking for Jackson Taylor. Ball is batted in the air, picked off by James Eakins. Bulldogs now taking over, but that wouldn't keep for long. Less than a minute to go in the half. Bo Bennett looking for a score. He finds Sage Bennett, and he sets up the Pirates in the red zone, catching the ball at its highest point, as later on the drive, Bo Bennett will show some poise, holding, stepping up in the pocket, zipping it to Sage Bennett. He's in for the score. Pirates take a 7-0 lead into the locker room at halftime. Let's go to the third quarter now. It's a handoff to Presley Fant. He makes a defender miss. He'll go all the way for a touchdown. Boaz doubles their lead. It's 14-0. Pirates looking to shut things down now later in the game. Bo Bennett again showing poise, taking his time. He'll find Dayton Porter for the Knights pass. That's a first down Pirates as they move the sticks. And then 2 plays later, Bo Bennett going to be looking down the sideline, and he gets, guess who, Mo? Sage Bennett again. Touchdown Boaz. As we take a look at your final score, Boaz defense, they get the shutout. Your final score from Etowah County is 20-0 as the Bulldogs take their first loss of the season. Next week, Geraldine will try and right the ship versus Collinsville, while Boaz will take on Sardis in a rivalry game that will be in Sardis.
We knew it was going to be physical coming into it, and it was physical for 48 minutes. Hats off to Geraldine. They had a really good plan coming in, and we were able to get the best of them tonight. They're a quality team. And they're going to make a run deep in the playoffs. So it was a playoff-like game for us, and I'm just proud of the way our kids played. Offense figured out a way to get in the end zone before halftime, and we got to the second half. Defense lights out tonight. Proud of the way the guys played.
Off the Milton Frank Stadium, we go now. Decatur trying to small Lee's homecoming this evening. Red Raiders up 7-0. It'll be William Reed Robertson calling his own number inside the red zone, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And here come the flags. The celebration flags, not the penalty flags.
Okay, I'm so used to you saying here comes a flag after a touchdown and it coming back, but it's nice to see it not that way this time.
I understand, man. Lee now with the ball, and John Jordan gets the ball, and he takes into Red Raider territory. But on the very next play, Lee going for the jugular. Caleb Martin fires it towards the end zone, and it's intercepted by Caden Watkins. And Watkins wants to really, really take this thing all the way back. Picks up great yardage on the return play. Very next play, Decatur will strike. They'll get the pop pass over to Quaylen Hampton. Hampton is going to cut it back, make a few shifty moves, and then he is G-O-N-E, gone.
G-A-W-N, gone.
You can say it like that,
Out of here, gone. Shout out Mississippi Valley State. 72 yards on the touchdown, 20-0 at that point. Red Raiders out in front. Let's check out your final from Milton Frank Stadium. Decatur goes on to win by a final of 35-12. Next week, Decatur will take on Columbia, while Lee will take on Gaston City. Speaking of Columbia, they played East Lawrence at Lewis Cruz Stadium this evening. Halfway through the second quarter, Columbia led 18-6. How about Columbia, everybody? Hakeem Dunnigan picking up first downs on the ground right here. The drive would end, though, in a turnover. East Lawrence's Dalton Gay now. He will take the handoff. He's going to cut it outside, and he's going to take a big hit going out of bounds right there by William Armstrong. Later on, it'll be East Lawrence quarterback Kane McClure. He will connect with Malik Hullett coming up right here as the high pass is caught in the air. McClure, then he will eventually call his own number, and he's going to run this thing in for a touchdown, and that will cut into Columbia's lead. Columbia leading. How about that, man?
Exactly. 18-14 at the half, but let's check out your final score, everyone, from Lewis Cruz Stadium. Columbia can't hold on. The streak will continue as East Lawrence goes on to beat Columbia by a final of 28-24. Next week, East Lawrence will take on West Morgan, while Columbia will take on Decatur.
All right, this week's Spirit Spotlight included a whole community rallying behind a fighter and a survivor. Fox 54's Kanisha Dees takes us to Gurley.
Aqua Living now has 17 hot tubs under $49.99. Patented and powerful 110-volt technology with no expensive wiring needed. Just plug our hot tubs in and start relaxing today. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. Shop us now at shophottubs.com.
From the first crank to the last scoop and all the parts in between, there's two names Bill and Brenda Rourke trust: Kubota and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment. Compact and utility tractors, zero-turn mowers, and so much more. And did you say parts? All the bits and pieces to keep them running. Plus the cranes to back them up. Kubota and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment.
Come on, let's go to work.
Your local Ford dealer presents America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer. The rugged, capable, built wild Bronco family. And the all-new Ford Expedition, redesigned to deliver more. Want more? See your local Ford dealer. For the latest offers on new Ford SUVs, see your local Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com today.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
Oh yeah, you're looking at one of the newest reasons to love Red Lobster. New seafood boils, turning Crab Fest into a crab feast. That's the look of real happiness. Served daily only at Red Lobster.
America's #1 hot tub manufacturer states this fact: made in the USA. All our hot tubs are built right here. Selling hot tubs directly to you saves you thousands while keeping jobs here in the USA. Shop us now at shophottubs.com.
PTSD, chronic pain, soft tissue injuries. These are just a few of the conditions treatable with hyperbaric oxygen therapy from Regenesis.
These treatments have proven so effective that we've added a new facility to support hyperbaric therapy at Regenesis.
Our treatment protocol uses concentrated pressurized oxygen to promote healing and fight infection.
Explore the benefits of hyperbaric oxygen therapy at Regenesis. Call or click to make your appointment with Dr. Charles Lee today.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Regenesis.
Every Friday night during the football season, we show you the battles on the field, the students squaring off, and with the bragging rights on the line.
Mo, but some battles are more important, and they too bring the community together, as we'll find out in tonight's Spirit Spotlight. Here's Kanisha Dees.
Hey, Mo and Nick, I'm here at the Madison County Elementary School gym in Gurley for a very special occasion, celebrating a very special young lady. Her name is Jocelyn, and I'm going to explain why I have this fascinator hat on. Today was Hats On for Jocelyn, a fundraising effort by the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for those who are battling cancer. Jocelyn is in 8th grade now and has battled cancer since she was in elementary school. But today, the entire community, including her family, cheering her on as she rang the bell, marking the end of her treatment, a sound of victory, and the sound of the community rallying behind her. Madison County High School band, cheerleaders, and football team serving school spirit to uplift and bring hope for a new tomorrow. The school wore gold, the official color of childhood cancer awareness, which this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, to stand in solidarity with children and families affected. I spoke with Jocelyn and her mother, Ashley, and she shares how much the support means to her.
Feels good that I don't have to really do it anymore, so I can have more freedom.
She's been very strong. She's done an amazing job. She's definitely not quit. Like, we push her to do her best because we know that she can, and she has. Whenever we say that she is the strongest person, like, that is absolutely the truth.
I also spoke with Heather. She's the one who essentially spearheaded this event for Jocelyn, and she shares why it's so important to have the community support.
You cannot do it alone. I think so much about all that her mom's been doing for the past 3 years, all that her sister's been going through for the past 3 years, and nobody makes that alone. You have to have support through your journey. I feel like it's so important. We know that any child going through something needs the support of the people around them, so I felt like it was even more important to really show Jocelyn, we're here for you, we support you, we see you, and to make her know that this is not forgotten. And also I felt like it was important to raise awareness because she's not the first student that's walked the halls of Madison County Elementary School that's had a diagnosis of pediatric cancer, and she won't be the last.
A fun-filled day and definitely a day of celebration and hope. Now, although Jocelyn rang the bell here, she'll actually ring the official ceremonial bell on Tuesday, September 30th for her final day of treatment. In Gurley, Kanisha Dees, Fox 54 News.
All right, thank you so much, Kanisha. Let's stay in Gurley. Madison County hosting Ardmore in a catch fight. Starting things off in the first quarter, Ardmore will get the ball first. Javian Riddle, he will score the rushing touchdown to get Ardmore on the board first. Extra point was up, and it was good, 7-0 Ardmore. Now, Madison County, they were looking to respond. They handed off to Keontae Hill, but there's a fumble. And you know what it is. The ball is going to go the other way, and it's going to be Ardmore's ball. And, of course, the fans are loving it right there. Ardmore would take advantage of it. They would drive down the field and get 6 more, starting off the second quarter with a touchdown right here. It's Mr. Riddle, and extra point was good. 14-0. Ardmore on top. Now it will take until the middle of the second quarter for Madison County to finally get on the board. It'll be Michael Woodall on the swing pass to Caden Oden, and he gets to the pylon and scores 14-7 that point. Let's check out your final score. Ardmore goes on to win by a final of 41-20. Next week, Ardmore takes on Lawrence County. Actually, they'll get a bye, so it's the following week. Lawrence County on the 10th, while Plainview will take on Madison County.
All right, let's go to the Shoals. Waterloo Cougars meeting the Sheffield Bulldogs tonight in Sheffield. The fans were packing the stadium on both sides of the field. The Cougars get the ball. Nice pass and catch from Cecil Gocher to Preston Morris. First down, Waterloo. Later on the drive, Waterloo quarterback Cecil Gocher throws a pass that lands in the hands of the Bulldogs defender, runs the ball all the way into the end zone, bringing the score to 13-0 for Sheffield. After that, pick 6, and a big celebration was indeed needed on the sidelines for the Bulldogs. What an enormous play to possibly turn this game on its head. On the very next drive, Waterloo going to try and get something done, but they're not going to do it.
No.
They're going to try their best, but it ain't going to work out. They're going to go for the first down marker here, and they can't get it. Great tackling there by the Bulldogs. Sheffield makes a fiery drive of their own down the field. Quarterback Bryant Dahl throwing a TD strike across the middle. Great catch, great throw. End of the first quarter. The score is 19-0 Sheffield. And those Bulldogs, they be romping. Going on to win by a final score of 46-18. Next week, Waterloo going to go down to Addison, while Sheffield makes the trip to Limestone County to play Elkmont.
All right, we had a showdown last night in Killen between Brooks and Lauderdale County. We'll recap that one and have much more on First Down Friday night. Stay tuned.
Car wrecks shatter more than just metal. They shatter lives. Your health, your routine, your peace of mind, gone in an instant. But you don't have to put the pieces back together alone. We're here to help you rebuild.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
My name is Andy Titleman. There was a forklift accident. It broke my foot as well as about 3 toes. I was in terrible pain. I didn't know quite what to do. Before I hired Morgan & Morgan, I did call a few other places. The other places denied helping me. I called Morgan & Morgan, and they accepted me kind of like with open arms. I don't believe I could have done it without Morgan & Morgan. There is a reason I called Morgan & Morgan. They are for the people. They showed me that they were for me.
Get ready. Academy is your new store for sports and outdoors.
Make your next tailgate the best it can be. Tune in to the Publix Tailgate Corner on First Down Friday night. Fridays only on Fox 54.
When you're hurt on the job, the process of workers' compensation can feel overwhelming. You're dealing with pain, medical bills, and your injuries are being downplayed. We take care of the hard part so you can focus on getting better.
First Down Friday Night is back and better than ever. Every Friday night, the FOX54 sports team will preview the week's biggest college football games and provide highlights for high school football from around the valley. First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Regenesis, Bank Independent, and Publix.
For over 75 years, we've served this place we all call home. Bank Independent. We're invested in you.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Bank Independent.
We start off in Killen. Welcome back. Midway through the first quarter as the Lauderdale County Tigers lead Brooks 7-0, but Brooks is marching up the field as Tanner Bowens makes the pass to Samuel Hamner to bring the Lions up the field and get a first down, but the Lions can't get all the way to the red zone. They'll have to settle for a field goal. It's now 7-3. The Tigers decide it's time to call on the big man, number 5, Calvin Watkins, when they get the ball back to try and pull ahead of the Lions, and Watkins slings it to number 7, Richard Green, who walks it all the way down the field to get the touchdown, make it 14-3. But let's take a look at your final score as when we leave, the Brooks Lions go off to win 38-21. Next week, Lauderdale County goes to Clements. It's not a far drive, and Brooks will go to Danville. We start the second quarter with the Deschler Tigers and Colbert County High School. Second quarter, Here's 29-8 for Deschler. Right out of the gate, Deschler quarterback Bryce Thornton passes the ball to Skylar Kendall for a Tigers touchdown. The kick is good, 36-8 Deschler. And Colbert County's coaches not happy about that one, obviously. I mean, they kind of just took it right to them. On the next drive, the Colbert County Indians drive that is, running back Keyshawn Jones going to make a good run, but is eventually stopped by Deschler. And you know what? Let's just go all the way to the end of this game and take a look at your final score, as Deschler did get the ball back at halftime, but goodness gracious, 57-16 is your final. Next week, Deschler plays Central Florence, and Colbert County will play Colbert Heights.
All right, everyone.
Aqua Living now has 17 hot tubs under $49.99. Patented and powerful 110-volt technology with no expensive wiring needed. Just plug our hot tubs in and start relaxing today. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. Shop us now at shophottubs.com.
This is Jack's Country, where on game day, no one shows up empty-handed. And if you want to make a real entrance, you bring the classics. Introducing Jack's 8-piece classic wings. Hand-breaded, golden fried, and served 3 crowd-pleasing ways. Honey barbecue, like it just came off the pit. Bold buffalo with a tangy punch. And sweet and spicy, like Southern Charm with a kick. All served with our homemade ranch. 8 wings, fries, and ranch for just $8.99. You might want to bring backup. We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
It's perfect.
It's yours.
Maybe success looks a lot like saying thank you.
Me?
And thank you could never be enough.
Oh, really? Let's go for a ride.
Avadian is here to help make it happen.
This is perfect.
At Sono Bello, just one visit, one day. One decision changes everything.
It was instant. I got an amazing flat stomach.
Physically, you can see it. That belly is gone. I feel great. Sono Bello did that for me.
With Sono Bello's advanced micro laser technology, you can permanently remove stubborn fat and sculpt the body you've always wanted, all in just one visit. That's why Sono Bello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist.
It's like literally hitting an easy button.
I see a snatched waist and some curves that look really good.
I went from a 14 to a 4. It was a one-day solution for me.
There's no more frustration, just permanent results.
They gave me a whole new body, and I am loving it.
Sono Bello has over 50,000 5-star reviews and board-certified surgeons. Call now for your personalized consultation. That's over a $250 value. Free. Easy monthly payment options make your best body more affordable than ever. Call Sono Bello today.
America's #1 hot tub manufacturer states this fact: made in the USA. All our hot tubs are built right here. Selling hot tubs directly to you saves you thousands while keeping jobs here in the USA. Shop us now at shophottubs.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's head out to Harvest. Sparkman playing host to May Jemison. A little ways into the first quarter. Handoff goes off right here, and it's going to be taken down. A couple plays later, Sparkman now with the ball. Josh Nayland throws it over to Jaden Bodner. He catches it and doesn't make it too far, so the Senators coaching staff not too happy. All right, check out this play, and the Sparkman QB is going to be interception, and that ball is going back the other way for the Jaguars. Ball now in Sparkman territory, and the handoff results in a touchdown for May Jemison. They would also get the 2-point conversion right here, and that'll put the Jaguars on top 8-0. We're coming back to you in the second quarter where May Jemison's Harold Patton will intercept the pass from Sparkman, and he's going to score on the pick six. All of a sudden, May Jemison now on top 14-0 right before the end of the half. It'll be another scoring play, and Jemison scoring another TD. How about those Jags? 20-0 at the half. Let's check out your final score. May Jemison walks into Sparkman and beats the Senators by a final 34-17. Next week, May Jemison will take on Southside Gaston, while Sparkman will take on Bob Jones. All right, stay tuned, everyone. Well, before we say that, James Clemens went down to the Birmingham area. They lost to Spain Park 28-7. Spain Park's got Pelham, while James Clemens takes on Florence. Now we're going to a break, and we'll wrap up the show after that break.
You know those commercials that show the perfect closet, the one that makes all your friends jealous? Closets by Design made that affordable for me.
Take 40% off plus an extra 15% off. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's a lot of reasons. When you use Uber or Lyft, you're taking a gamble. You have no idea who that driver is. Were they paying attention to their phone or GPS and not the road? Injured in an Uber or Lyft accident, you could have a big case. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
You know those commercials that show the perfect closet, the one that makes all your friends jealous? Closets by Design made that affordable for me.
Take 40% off plus an extra 15% off. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Publix.
All right, everyone, real quick correction. I want to say this. May Jemison did win, but that score was 34-27, so big victory for the Jaguars. All right, everyone, have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you next time right here on First Down Friday Night.